Wow. So the Glen Highway here turns into a great little twist and shout about 80 miles away from Anchorage. It's really, wow, just turns into this great little road with, wow, that's a beautiful view. Turns into a great road, great views, but nice twists and turns, steep climbs and descents in and out of these little valleys along the way. It's really nice. I am north of Anchorage, about 65 miles, kind of north and east on the Glen Highway. There is still a lot of smoke in the area due to wildfires, and the Glen Highway follows a river, as most roads do here in Alaska. It is a really pretty road, but the views are really obscured. It's super, it's almost foggy here, but it's just smoke from the wildfires. But this road scares me a little bit because the trees are so close. There would be very little warning for me to spot an animal stepping out into the road, so I've had to kind of slow down a bit, take a breather, because it's far better to do that than hit something. So anyway, I'll check in a little bit later as I'm riding toward Talk tonight, T-O-K. I'm just going to try to get there. It's in a junction, and then tomorrow ride up to Chicken and Dawson, and then maybe try to get down into Whitehorse. Whitehorse is a pretty large city in the Yukon, so hopefully I can get to the Yukon tomorrow. It might be a little aggressive, but we'll see. Anyway, there's the river. I think it's called the Gravel River. And look at all that gravel. Anyway, the road is in great shape here. It's smooth and clean. I like it. Very happy about it. But you know, I'm 5 miles away from Chickaloon. Well, alright, just checking in from Alaska. And I'll keep checking in. Yeah, look at this happy curve. Just before I turned the camera on, I was coming down this hill and had about a 140 degree curve, not quite a hairpin, but man, it was nice, with good views across the way there. See? Another beautiful section of the road. I just passed a glacier. I'll try to put a photo here. Bing, bing. There you go. And so this road just kind of continues to meander on and up. Really nice. There is some traffic now, I think because of the forest fires that we talked about, crossing over Caribou Creek. The forest fires that I've already talked about, they have Parks Highway closed to all traffic today. So I think a lot of cars are using this road. A lot in Alaskan standards. That means dozens of cars. But wow, what a great road. I can't imagine what it's like clear. Anyway. So this 18-wheeler in front of me just overheated. He's as we were riding along, I was like, is he driving through water? No, that is his radiator blowing up. And yeah, that's pretty heinous. So yeah. Wow. Yeah, it looked crazy for a second there. It's driving along and looked like James Bond was driving that thing and had hit the smoke. Get away from me, cars. Anyway, yeah, cool. Alright, so what is there in Chicken, Alaska? There are 7 people. There's an RV campground. There is fuel here. There's a little gift shop. But this is downtown Chicken. Really, there's an ambulance crew that lives and works here. But that's about it. There's not a lot to Chicken. But this is this is it. It was a gold mining town. Started off turn of the last century, 1900-ish, as a gold mining town, and it grew, but it's been dying ever since. And it is brutal cold today. But I'm just on the way to the post office to get to drop off some letters. So, Chicken. Here we are, downtown Chicken. Alright, the road to the post office. This should be fun. I'm told that it is dirt, mud, nothing. Is that the post office? You freaking kidding me, right? Okay. Okay. That's the post office. Might be worth a picture. But here it is. The United States Post Office here in Chicken, Alaska. Alright, well here I am on the South Fork River. You can see right there, there's a jet boat, and it looks like a jet boat that is partially a hovercraft, but what a beautiful, beautiful river. I think I'm going to just grab a photo of it. I'm just north of Chicken, Alaska, and yeah, man, the road is turned to crap. It is it reminds me a lot of the Dalton Highway, but it's not going to be 400 miles worth, because I only have about 90 miles to get to the Canadian border. And in Canada, I'm told the road is paved, and that's good. So anyway, metal bridge deck that's wet with mud, and it's yeah, slick. Anyway, so the roads up here are laughably awful, and today it's insanely cold. It has warmed up a bit, about 5 degrees, so we're above freezing now. But I'm told that this road is called the top of the world because it goes along a ridgeline, and I'm told that ridgeline was covered in snow this morning. So by waiting a little bit of time, the road should be clear. But I was told even if it's not, you'll be fine. Really? Oh, thanks. Alright, so here is a little bit more scenery on this dirt road. It's quite something. It's a little bit challenging to ride because it's a little wet, but and it is 2 lanes, so you have to watch out for cars. But the scenery is okay. I mean, it's not super crazy high mountains and all that jazz, but I'm told later on this little piece of road that it does climb up to a ridge line, and that's supposed to be crazy scenic. So hopefully I'll check in with you there, and yeah, I'll give you something better to look at than this. Anywho, when I was in Chicken, I was buying a couple of postcards and a pen and a couple stickers, and I said, yeah, I just want this chicken shit. And the girl behind the counter laughed and said, actually, I've heard a lot of jokes, but I've never heard anyone say that. And I said, you've got to be kidding. That joke just kind of writes itself. She's like, nope, that was original. Like, it's kind of sad. Wow. I don't know if you can see down there, kind of flashes of it, but there's that South Fork River flows through that little gorge down there. It's really pretty. You can certainly see why it's called the top of the world. That is, wow. It's quite stunning. The road is still crap, but it's a really nice view. It's just really, really pretty. But it's also, as you can see, muddy, and there's a little bit of spitting precipitation. It's not bad, not what I would call rain by any stretch. It was a little snow earlier. I was told there was some snow up here, but the temperature came up 5 or 6 degrees, and I guess that melted it. So anyway, I'm headed toward the Canadian border through the U.S. town of Boundary, Alaska. Not a very original name for a border town, but I'll take it. Anyway, I will check in a bit. Okay, so in actuality, I was thinking that the road to Eagle was the top of the world road, but I think this is actually the top of the world road, just based on the description everybody's given me. They say, yeah, it's a ridgeline road, you know, it's really nice, you'll like it. Wow. Well, that would describe this. It reminds me a little bit of the top part of the Cherahila Skyway. Just big sweeping turns, grand vistas. Yeah, it's really nice. This is it's actually pretty nice up here. It's chilly. Welcome, and today is August 22nd, I believe, and it's cold. It's actually cold. Anyway, my heated gear is working superbly. So heated gear, if you don't have heated gear, here is the reason why you should get it. The first time I wore heated gear in the cold was like the first time I ever made love. I said, oh my goodness, why did I wait so long to start doing this, and when can I do it again? It is a mind-blowing life change. It just absolutely changes a man and woman. I gotta tell you, I was like, oh, this is gonna happen for the rest of my days. So anyway, heated gear is like sex. There it is. I just said it. Alright, I'll check in later. Alright, well, here I am. This is the Davis Dome behind me. It looks very similar to my own dome. Nice. But this is kind of the last stop in Alaska. Here's the view over my shoulder. It's absolutely gorgeous here. Fortunately, I haven't seen much snow today. It did snow on me just a little bit, just kind of spitting snow, not bad. I didn't see anything collected on the side of the road. They had told me down in Chicken that it was snowing up here, but it's really not. But I've got about a mile to the border, so I had to stop and get my paperwork ready so it wouldn't be a hassle for them. But wow, yeah, everything is going good. It's still cold. It's not 35 degrees anymore. It's about 45 degrees, so it's looking good. And that's it. Just want to check in from the road. I'll see you. Welcome to Canada, the really nice road in the States, which oddly was only about 10 miles long. That's a really nice road. Turns to absolute crap as soon as you pull into Canada. Well, not absolute crap, but looking back, that little green, those green buildings right over there, that is the U.S.-Canadian border crossing, and I cannot imagine being stationed there. I mean, you're in the middle of freaking nowhere, but yeah, that's something to see. Alright, so honey badger don't care, right? So the more I ride on roads like this is a broken gravel, chip, mud, bog. Holy smokes, I can't believe I'm riding on this. I'm doing like 55 miles an hour on it because honey badger don't care. It is interesting. As I have gotten into the curves, the back end is busted loose a couple times, but just like anybody on a dirt bike, you just keep leaning, put more gas in it, and keep going. Just steer with the turn, right? I mean, you steer with that slip, so the bike kind of slides out a little bit. That's okay. It's designed for that. The CRF 1000, this motorcycle, the Honda Africa Twin Adventure Sport, is really just a gargantuan dirt bike. It is not a touring bike that has been that has mud tires on it and has saddlebags to it. It's actually a CRF. It is a real live, full-fledged dirt bike that has been made into a dual sport. They put, a little fairing on it, a headlight, turn signals, a tail light, brake light, and saddlebags. And it's a heavy dirt bike, but at its core, the CRF is just a dirt bike, and so it can handle a good bit of sliding around, like right now. Woo! It's just a weird feeling for me because I'm a road guy. I've always ridden, always ridden on the road, so this is very, very just unusual. Just unusual. Anyway, but I'm having a good time. Greetings from the Yukon. Here I am on the Yukon River, and this is the town of Dawson, not Dawson Creek. This is Dawson City, and it's actually a pretty big city, but the only way to get to Dawson is across the Yukon. And although I have mad skills on the bike, I think it's just too deep. So we ride this ferry, and it is currently fighting like a madman against that current. But that is the ferry, where there is not much to it. Yikes. Huh. Interesting. And it just pulls up to the mud bank, and wow. Alright. So here I am on the ferry. Yeah. So there's an actual paddle wheeler on the Yukon going upriver, just like they used to. Imagine how efficient that thing is. That is working overtime trying to get any distance. That is crazy looking. Wow. How cool is that? believe it's an actual paddle wheeler. Anyway, cool. And I am on the Yukon Ferry, about to go across to Dawson City. Pretty exciting stuff. Well, as is the normal case, anytime motorcyclists are together, we end up talking. So these two guys are from Phoenix. Those are rental motorcycles, and we've just pulled in to Dawson, and the captain has done a pretty decent job getting us here. And that's how you get off the ferry in Dawson. You just haul ass. Anyway, I think this is how I do it. This is how you get back into town. I have no idea, but that's the mighty Yukon. All right. And wow, how cool is this? My goodness. Shit. There's the Yukon Rose. Oh, that's cool. That is super cool. Wow. Nice. And here is downtown Dawson. I'm gonna top off my gas here and press on south. I'm gonna try to get all the way to yeah, that place. There's the Kino. Cool. Wow. Looks like an old western town. How neat is that? Well, I'm gonna have to get a cup of coffee here. I'm just gonna have to, because why not? Well, here I am on the Klondike Highway. It is obviously not much of a highway, and today is the longest day so far of my trip. I've got 540 miles to do. I'm about 200 miles into that, and it's already 5 p.m. I don't have reservations anywhere tonight, and there's precious little on this road. I'm hoping to be able to find fuel before I run out. That'll be nice. And then this construction had me stopped for about 20 minutes, and now I am doing let's see, 20 miles an hour, 30 kilometers an hour. So yeah, this is going to be a long day. I'm going to be riding at night, and I know it. So it's been scenic, but more than half of today's ride has been on gravel, mud, and no asphalt. I mean, well, half of it was asphalt, I guess, ish. Anyway, yeah, I'm not pleased with today, but it's even worse because yesterday I lost my emergency backup accommodations. My tent fell off of my motorcycle. The strap broke loose, failed, and tent, sleeping bag, sleeping pad, sleeping bag liner, survival kit, all that came off in Alaska. And before I could get back to it, it was an Alaskan free-for-all, and it was all gone. I found out later that, people saw it come off your bike, and apparently folks jumped out of RVs and all that to run over there to pick it up. It had never been used. It was a great backpacking tent and a great sleeping bag. Nice one, about $115, 0 degrees Celsius sleeping bag. Crazy. And this is just great. So I have no accommodations. I have not an unlimited supply of gas. I don't have enough gas to get to the town that I might find accommodations in 300 miles. So I don't exactly know how this is going to play out. I think I'll be fine. I always have been. And push come to shove, this suit feels really, really good to sleep in. I guess.
Hey riders, thanks very much for watching that video in its entirety. If you would, click over here on the subscribe button, and then the button just to the right of it, that is the bell button, and if you press that, that lets YouTube know that you want to know what I've been up to on this particular channel. So every time I post something new, they'll alert you, and that's cool. Because if I'm just doing this for me, I'm not going to be doing this. So please subscribe, be aware, know what's going on. Also below, you're going to find my channels to my social media, like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that shizzle bedrizzle. You can sign up for those too. Stay alert, stay aware of what's going on. Also, I'm going to share the link to Motohawk.com. That's where you can go to make me be your ride guide to the Southeast United States. If you're traveling in North Georgia, East Tennessee, Western North Carolina, Virginia, or West Virginia on 2 wheels, let me help you out. I've got 3 great books. They're available on the website, and there's some other cool information to share on the website too. All right, I hope that you really enjoyed the video. Be safe, ride smart, but have a great time.